This video will contain spoilers. I've been very lazy. I watched this film in particular a very fucking long time ago. I haven't made a video in so long other than just uploading Siege clips. No idea why. I, well, I couldn't do it the day I watched it. Usually I do these videos like the day after. But then I forgot. And then I forgot the next day. And the more you forget, the easier it is to forget. So that's why it took so long. Anyway, update review. Astro I don't even know what you call it, but it's like the speed run levels, which I heard about when they had released 3 of them at a download of the game, and I played the first 3, got all the bots, and then I was confused that where the other 2 were, and I assume that because they had those like confetti things there, that they have those in the other galaxies, that I thought maybe if you like fuck about with it, it will spawn a new planet. But no, they were releasing the 4th level on the 7th of November, and then the last level on the 14th. And I played the last level on the 14th, meaning I should have done this on the 14th. Today is the 22nd. Anyway, I think I enjoy it, but the entire time with the levels that I struggled with, and when I say struggle, it was like it took me 5 minutes to beat it instead of 30 seconds. And I don't mean five minutes for one run. I mean 5 minutes to complete the run in the time required to get the second bot for that level. A couple of them I did struggle with, took me like max 5 minutes. Kind of remind me of that meme with that Dashi Plays guy. Like he plays Mario Maker and there's like a bird in it that he hits. I fucking hate that red bird. I did feel a little disappointed with the bots that they had for this, because they are supposed to be crossover bots, but like first level was I think a Final Fantasy character and a Killzone character, and then the second level was someone I don't remember and another Killzone character. I'm pretty sure the third level also had a Killzone character in it. I'm like, why you give me so many fucking Killzone characters? Also, I'm not a fan of Killzone. I played Shadowfall. I couldn't get into it. I didn't know there were that many fucking Killzone characters. I thought it was all just the protagonist, a couple of like extras. That they're not gonna do that for Astrobot. And then the bad guys, but I thought they all look the same. So I don't get why you gave me like 2 or 3 of them. But overall, yeah, it was enjoyable. More Astrobot is good. I saw that the game is nominated for Game of the Year. I find that a bit weird considering all the other games are like these like adult, open world, just very well written peak. At least apparently I haven't played any of them. I wouldn't want Astrobot to win Game of the Year, but it would be really fucking funny if it did over all those other games. Anyway, Juror number 2. Universally positive ratings, directed by Clint Eastwood. I watched it in cinema. Nicholas Hoult, Tony Collette, J.K. Simmons, Kiefer Sutherland, Cedric Yarborough, for what could be Clint Eastwood's last film, it doesn't really feel like Clint Eastwood to me. I don't know why. But yeah, it was very, very enjoyable. Performances were great, although the fact that they gave Kiefer Sutherland like the 4th credit in the film when he has 3 scenes, and Sorry, I tried to pause it, but I think I ended up taking a screenshot instead. Um, he has 3 scenes, and speaking of that, this film, I kept on thinking like, oh, this is gonna happen, then it didn't happen. I thought, okay, this is gonna happen then, and then it didn't happen, and so on and so on. Like, I thought that what was gonna happen was the trial of James Michael something. I thought that what was going to happen was that was just sort of the start, and they either find out that Nicholas Holt's character did it, or he just outright confesses, and then the main part of the film would be his trial. But no, he doesn't go to trial. I do love the open-ended nature of it, where uh, you don't actually know if he did it or not. It could just actually be a deer. And speaking of, I thought that I had predicted the ending, because there's a scene where he uses a Mac, and I know that Apple have a rule where if they're going to have product placement in a film, there's bad guys in that film are not allowed to use Apple products, which means that if Nicholas Hoult is using a Mac, therefore he did not kill Kendall. But they didn't actually reveal that outright he didn't do it. So I did find that a bit weird. I find it surprising. I'm stuttering so much, but I find it surprising that Apple actually like allowed that product placement to happen. I would have thought that, like, considering all the fucking evidence, and I get that they're not gonna have like a fucking review copy of the film or anything, but I just thought that based on everything that they wouldn't allow it to happen, but they did. It's hard to find things to say because I've seen it so long ago, but yeah, highly recommend it. Gladiator 2, positive rating. Directed by Ridley Scott. I watched it in cinema. Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington, Connie Nielsen, Joseph Quinn, Derek Jacobi, Matt Lucas. Right. I seen this on Tuesday this week. I'm recording this on Friday. On Sunday, I think it was, we had watched Gladiator 1. Me, Bin Man, and Ginger. I'd already seen the film about 4 years ago, but I don't remember much from it. But watching it again, gotta say, it is fucking peak. I don't get how anyone couldn't like it, unless you're just squeamish about violence in films. Like, that's the only reason why I could think that you don't like the film. But anyway, when it comes to this, the three of us all agree that the film is fucking peak. It is so good. Although something that we all also agreed on was it's a little too similar to the first film, because I'm not gonna remember these fucking characters' names because they'll just end in US, and it's just they're not normal names, normal by like modern standards. Apart from Marcus, but I'm just gonna call these people by their actor names. Like, so Paul Mescal's wife dies at the start, just like Russell Crowe's in the first film. And then it's all about him wanting to kill Pedro Pascal, just like he wants to kill Russell Crowe wanted to kill Joaquin Phoenix. Sorry, just stretching. And then Connie Nielsen thinks that Paul is actually her son from the first film. Um, from what I remember, what happens in the first film is just Joaquin Phoenix dies, Russell Crowe dies, and the film ends. There's some shit with him meeting up with his wife and all in the afterlife, but that's it. But they show in this that what happened immediately after was that Connie had sent her son to hide because now that the Emperor is dead, the lineage goes to her son, who is only 12 years old in the first film. And then I don't think they explained it, or I forget it, but somehow Joseph Quinn and Fred Hischinger become the Emperor. Paul goes to Africa, and it's almost as if he forgets that he was like lying to be the Emperor because he's fighting against the Romans. But it's just when they first introduced that idea, I thought it was just Connie's being a fucking retard because it does seem a bit stupid. I get that, like, the only really evidence that she could really think that is mother's instinct, which isn't really enough. But no, then it turned out that he actually is her son, and this is the main problem that I had with the film. That Paul goes from wanting to kill Pedro to protecting him just because his mom is married to him, which it's just it doesn't feel right. In fact, it just feels fucking stupid. It's kind of like it feels like a sort of Last of Us 2. Kind of like, oh, revenge is bad. Like, I really wants to take revenge against the Emperors and Denzel, but just that's how it feels. But overall, great film. I'm sorry I don't have much to say about these. It's just with Juror number 2 in particular. I seen it a long fucking time ago. I can't remember when I seen it. Like, it feels like it was at least 2 weeks ago. But anyway, hopefully there should be 2 cinema reviews coming soon. It's just both of them are films I'm going to go see with other people, so I don't know when I'm going to see them. As for final reviews, there is at least 1 coming soon, potentially. It depends on if Disney Plus is... It seems to be that they're cracking down on password sharing, and I do password share Disney Plus with my granda, and I watch shows there with my granda. So if they're cracking down on password sharing, then maybe not, or I might just have to rent it off of YouTube. I don't know yet. Possibly after that, there'll be like a couple of reviews because I'm going to go into a couple of short shows. One of them is a mini series, so there'll be a final review for that one, and then probably 2 films as well. But they're not cinema films because one of them is over 50 years old, one of them is over 20 years old. As for games, nothing coming soon. I'm doing Power Wash Simulator, which I'm playing DLCs, which I haven't played before, so really I could do a review for those, but I'm not going to because it's all just the same. I feel like Power Wash Simulator isn't the kind of game that I would review, so I'm not going to do it. After that, I'm going to go back on to The Last of Us, probably, and get the collectibles for that, the PS4 version. Play that game already, so no review for that. And then after that, I don't know. As for books, I've got 50 issues left of the current comic that I'm on, and then that's for the novel that I'm reading. I'm very, very fucking far behind. I probably should have finished the book in September because, I had a cold in February, which means when I had that week that I had that cold, I didn't read. And I tried to catch up on it, and it took me until fucking September to be caught up. And then 2 days after I got caught up, I didn't read. And then I didn't, and I didn't. And I only read again on like the 14th of November. And then I didn't read for a week after that, but now I'm starting to get back into it. It's just the question is, am I going to stick to it? Which only time will tell. So I should have done a book review a long time ago, but I haven't, so I'm catching up. Hopefully it'll be soon, but don't hold your breath.